Fuck them designer fits. I want me like 100K. It's not even Pepsi. It's juice. And that's not our car either, so Go dumb, but I ain't no fool. I be peeping niggas, watch how I move. I got the drip like juice. I'ma make the pretty hoes choose. Ay, bitch, I'm in my vibe, I'm in my groove. Ay, take notes, I'll show you how to groove. Ay, I'ma mix this Henny with the blue. I'ma tell your bitch to let it loose. Way before we start wearing these masks, y'all was too close. Pac-Man strap, keep that fire like Zuko. And I inked on my face, cause I like my space. So if it ain't about no money, get the fuck up out the way. I got some shit to do, my nigga got no time to play. Fuck them designer fits, I need me like 100K. I want my weed loud nigga off that, what he say? Bought a ticket just to fuck her on the holiday. Want me down bad, but that pussy good, so namaste. I need chips like I'm running out of Frito-Lays. I got the juice from the pack, throw it back, tang. All gas, no brakes in her shit, high octane. Ooh, shawty tryna show me where to put it at. Ooh, I'm tryna make a movie, what the fuck we gon' do? She telling me that we could be some business tycoons, so I'ma keep the pussy dripping just like juice. Go dumb, but I ain't no fool. I be peeping niggas, watch how I move. I got the drip like juice. I'ma make the pretty hoes choose. Bitch, I'm in my vibe, I'm in my groove. Ay, take notes, I'll show you how to groove. Ay, I'ma mix this Henny with the blue. Ay, I'ma tell your bitch to let it loose. I got the drip like juice. I got the drip like juice. Watch how I move.
Man, we got the drip like juice, like juice.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a nice little bop.
so man, oh man, we having tonight's conversation. We about to find out who's lying. Is it Cap and Keita? Or is it Complicated Kitty? Or is Asshole Ace? Which one is it? Man, so look, check this out. Welcome to the E.B.H Black Show. Man, and we gonna talk about one of my favorite topics. Like, if y'all watch any of my content on any of the platforms I do, I've been talking about a couple people. Like, it used to be Derek Jackson until they busted him out. Like my boy HB say, I don't know how he made Tasha K mad, but he ripped him a new one.
Let's see what he did to her.
Then it was Derek Jackson 2.0, Derek Jackson Jr., which was Ace Metaphor. That used to be his homeboy, but then wasn't his homeboy once he got caught up. And now he in the hot water. And then, you know, like Yada Awakening, he's next on the list. And who else I'm gonna throw out there who probably gonna get side busted? I'm gonna think of it when it comes to me. But anyway, we talking about tonight's conversation. Like, who is lying? Because somebody is lying. Somebody putting a 10 on the 2. And this has just been crazy. So we're gonna go over this a little bit. It's a little update today. So we're gonna put it all together for right now. But I always knew they was fake. Y'all need to be paying attention to who y'all get y'all relationship advice from. And so now y'all in a situation where y'all gonna get more views off the drama than the actual content itself. So what y'all think about what's going on so far with this?
I don't know. It's too much craziness. I mean, I was watching her stuff, but I didn't really watch too much of Ace's. Because you said it was another update today, so I didn't see that one. But I mean, they both come in with receipts, so it's kind of hard to figure out who is telling the truth for real. But then some of the stuff that he had like looked fake.
Well, we just go take a look at this stuff. We just go on the internet, pull up some videos, and just look at some stuff and kind of just look at it from a reactionary standpoint. Because a lot of people or dropping the receipts or pouring the tea. I ain't trying to necessarily pour the tea. I'm just here to enjoy the tea, you know. But I got hot chocolate. So I'm here to enjoy it all. So I'm here for it because
been brewing it for
I don't
a while.
like to watch a car crash, but if I see the car about to crash, I'm gonna watch it crash.
Can't look away.
Can't look away. So what you think about what's going on, Miss Claudia?
Yeah, you can't look away. You actually have to look at the car crash so that you can avoid it yourself. So you got to look at it. But
That
that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting back with my popcorn. I don't have popcorn. I got frozen grapes. I'm just sitting back and enjoying the show, honey.
Yeah. And then me and HB, we was talking about it a little bit, and he was giving his assessment of it of things, and gave me a fresh perspective. So the word narcissist, you know, I don't like that word being thrown around a lot because it's easily thrown around. But we saw some things that looked narcissistic on behalf of asshole Ace. But then we was looking at some stuff, and then is Cap and Keita a covert narcissist? So we gonna break all that down. We got HB. He gonna give us some insight. But let's go to see how all this kind of started. Right? Everybody knows who's tonight's conversation. Then people start leaving the show. Trip left the show. Kitty left the show, and then Keita left the show. And so I guess Keita wasn't happy about it, and this kind of what started it all. This was her. This is from her TikTok, and this is kind of like her breakdown.
Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So, because I'm
Let me know in the chat if you can't hear it.
So, if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So, this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Jojo. A lot of you guys are like,
I ain't gonna lie. She calling him Mojo Jojo is hella funny. That is hella. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like how she
That
say it
is
too.
funny.
She funny. Yeah.
this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick, fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh, bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches, and she can't stand cheating women. Oh, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal. Hi, and welcome to episode.
All right, so that was episode 1, right? So the things that stuck out there for me was she came at Complicated Kitty saying that she wanted to take Randy's spot, right? And I don't know how true that is because Randy was a fixture, but she wasn't one of the, I mean, she was the main person, but it wasn't like she was like her own lane. So it wasn't like that it was a spot to be taken. Like it didn't seem like she was Ace's right-hand person. What it seemed like was Captain Keita was his right hand because they was always next to each other or whatever, whatnot. But what I do know is when Complicated Kitty came, what made her complicated is she was saying things that was anti what the panel was saying, because a lot of panel was saying a lot of stuff trying to talk down on men, not holding women accountable. That's what Ace Metaphor platform is, a pandering platform. And so she came with a fresh perspective, like it ain't just men, it's women.
Yeah.
Right? So then so all the men was like, okay, cool. So she became popular. And then with that popularity, I think people kind of felt some type of way. So maybe she's trying to say that she took Randy's spot because she got to be more popular. What y'all think?
Mm.
Yeah, because if out of the two, it would make more sense if you do want to take one of their places to go for the one who you feel is the weaker one. Randy was the weaker one of the two.
Mm.
So it would be easier and smarter to get her out first.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're not looking to go for that top spot, you just looking to build some type of popularity. Like, yeah.
Let's see. And then what? And then another part that came out that she said. So she's accusing Kitty of cheating on her husband, allegedly. So my question is, very first thing, she not coming after Ace, she coming after Kitty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm thinking, all right, she got beef with Kitty for whatever the reason is. I don't know. I'll postpone judgment, but this is part 2. Oh, wait a minute.
Hi, and welcome to
Baby
episode 1
girl
of Who
is
the
sick.
Fuck?
Hold on. You know how stuff like that not work once you working with it. No, hold on.
Yes, every time.
So let's go to part 2. Oh, I gotta go to TikTok.
The ticky talk.
Just based on what y'all know right now, who y'all think lying?
See about what though? Because
That's a good
they
question.
both lying
Yeah. I
about
think
different things.
Yeah, I think there's a lot on both parts. From what I've seen, I feel like there's a lot on both parts. And I feel like it's just like trying to save face at this point. Because too much info is getting shared. Everybody gonna try to, it's getting too messy. So now it's like, okay, how do I fix who I am? How do I take that, what they said, and make it okay? Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, people are covering their own ass
mm-hmm.
versus what people do, right? So like, there's one side, the other side, and then the truth.
Oh wow.
I mean, and the truth could be part of both sides, honestly. I mean, it's just,
It usually is somewhere in the middle.
perspective are you looking at?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to part 2.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few things that have been really pissing me off. Number one, I'm not one of those friends that fall out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes actually never liked me at all. This isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this seems a little one-sided, Keita. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem freaking out. Before it was tonight's conversation, live and uncut. It was tonight's conversation, love, sex, and relationships. The tour. I had never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're going to take my son. So I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented K-Love the poet, and Mo, Joe. Look how happy I am. Stupid girl. This healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage man. Honestly, this show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers. TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye. Goodbye." This is my best friend. And the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that? Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know shit. Because I put these niggas ass, I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay? In all true honesty, it's something about that scream hitting that.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few.
So, what do y'all think about that?
How'd that get on tape?
Right. Well, I want to first say, hey, I'm not kink shaming you.
No.
If you want to come to Water Park After Dark, you're more than welcome to come to the show. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like or subscribe button. Go back into our archive and look for the Water Park After Dark, where we have adult conversation at the adult time. So I'm glad that we do that already, so that way we can't bust each other out for our kinks, because we talk about ours openly. So we're gonna learn a lot about this tonight conversation fiasco, so we don't, like you said, we don't end up in the same scenario. Because really what this look like is Keita is trying to shame Kitty. Like, and they're mad, and she's mad at Mojo Jojo because he don't want to cast her no more, right? I can kind of see why too. She loud and talk too much.
Let's see. When you claim moral authority, right, then you put yourself in a situation where you can be impugned, right? That's all I have to say about that, right? So maybe not do the whole I'm a moral authority thing. No one is, right? So it makes it hard, I think. If you kind of represent something you're not. Might get called out.
Can't nobody shame you if you're being open about it. So
Right.
why if you know that if you already know that that's out there, and why was anybody recording that conversation? That's what I really want to know. Because who records their group chats?
Yeah. Who's the D'Angelo Russell ass person?
Like
over
you
here?
had thinking like you had to have been thinking like something was coming to be recording like that. I don't know.
Okay.
And pop it for him if he paid for it.
Just said Ace Metaphor was smashing the whole group.
Not me. Hello, governor, and thank you for watching episode 3 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I know a lot of you don't like my delivery. I got this message today. When you do your next story time, could you do it less animated? It's taken away from your story time. No. And let me tell you why. No hate to you, because a lot of people have said that, right? They don't like my delivery, my antics, the animation. It's less believable. I don't give a shit what you believe. That's the truth. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you how I tell it. And I'm an animated person, so regardless of what I deliver, good news or bad news, it's gonna come out animated, you bland, boring bitches. Anyway, where did we leave off?
I don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I ain't no shit. Because I put these niggas.
Ooh, you guys were mad about that one. You guys acted like I made that video. First of all, I just like to address a couple things. One, I'm not kink shaming anybody. If you want to get pissed on, you want to get pissed on. I don't. I'm not judging you. We listen and we don't judge. You're mad at me because your favorite coach, life coach, likes to get pissed on. What did I do? A lot of you said, well, if that's her husband, it is what it is. But that wasn't her husband in the video. So. Number 3, this isn't about booty eating, grocery shopping, or anything of the sort. This was to show you how she speaks around people that she's comfortable with. So when you guys said I was bullying her, right, when she got on TikTok crying, y'all were like, oh, you're going too hard. No. She talked like that. She talked like nigga, bitch. That's how she talked. It's just that, not on stage. So I wasn't bullying anybody, but I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. But I bet won't try to bully me. So the guy in the video was not her husband, right? And so he was just somebody that she was doing business with. Now, this guy, a lot of you have seen his video. He dated her. I'm not sure what happened, but she sent him a very long apology via email, which is, oh my God, like, is he a colleague or a nigga you messing with? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't read that email. And once I see that your text is this long, you lost me. Now, I don't know why her and the guy you just seen broke up, but I do know that he stated she threw a lot of insults. She was very violent, very angry, and she sent this and another 4 or 5 emails. Like I told you, you guys can pause it. I ain't reading it. Now, a lot of women in the comments were like, well, she's apologizing. Yeah, but what he's trying to convey is with narcissistic women, they will do something terrible and then apologize, and then do something terrible and then apologize. The apology is more to get you back so they can have more of their supply, not that they actually mean it, because if they meant it, they would stop. Now, upon this guy coming out, there's another guy that came out saying that she shot him with his own gun. Shot at him or shot him? Listen here.
Damn near exactly what happened with me and her when I dated her. She saw that I had did some shit in my phone. We started fighting. Well, we didn't even start fighting. She started hitting me. I was 200 pounds, like 250 at the time, 6 feet tall. She's 5'3", 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, I can't hit you, so I'm trying to get out the way. She get in the car, keep hitting me, destroys my car, and then shoots at me with my own gun 3 times.
Miles, hello, governor, and thank you for.
So now at this point, she calling her a narcissist, right? She's calling Kitty a narcissist. she kink shaming her on the slick, calling her a cheater. So my thing is, because what we know now is she's claiming to be abused, financially abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused, all these abuses. And I'm like, I'm seeing you do the very thing that you're complaining about. Not the financial abuse part, but the mental abuse, the emotional abuse. Like, if the issue was with metaphor, why is she coming at Kitty so hard? What y'all think?
I mean, she obviously feels like Kitty is somehow complicit, right? Sometimes the abused person will be more upset at the enabler than the actual abuser. See what I'm saying? Because they feel like the enabler should have known better or helped them or whatever, that sort of thing. Especially because they're supposed to be girls, I guess, right? Maybe that's what it is. So, yeah, it's a funny thing how people react to that shit.
Hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
pop goes the bad bitch. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are from. Thank you for watching episode 4, season 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? A lot of you don't like that there be smoke in my videos, but I'm unemployed. To everybody that has reached out to me, asked me if my mental is okay, asked me if I'm good, I really do appreciate you. I seen some comments saying like she's playing the victim. She acts like a victim. I'm not a victim. I don't even want to call myself a victim. I trusted a man with taco meat on his face. That man has a taco meat beard. That is the makings of a shiesty fella. Ladies, if your boyfriend has taco meat on his face, he's going to mess you up. Listen to me. I can speak from experience. And that reminds me, a lot of you were saying, well, I wouldn't listen to such and such, or I wouldn't listen to such and such. Listen, it didn't start off a panel. It was first a conversation. So season 1 was me, Rico, Mojo, Jojo. Y'all, let's take a poll, guys. Do you like Mojo, Jojo? Or do you like taco meat beard man? So I know I mentioned in my story on Instagram that he used to say things like, you're not going to be aesthetically pleasing, or are you working on your weight, Keita? And that this is what I look like when I met him. But who was ugly? Also, taco meat on your face. Now, Rico was the first villain. He came in to not only be a part of the podcast, but like help direct the podcast. So one day we were shooting, and I guess we all found out that Rico didn't appreciate being talked to a certain way, and also just it was bad. It was explosive. Now, Mojo Jojo said in one of his lives that I think that he had hired 100 cast members. There's been so many cast members in and out of his house. That was the guest cast. That wasn't core cast. Core cast stayed the same every freaking day. So we're sitting in his basement and we're all having a conversation about I just don't know what, but Mojo Jojo and Rico get into it back and forth. Rico doesn't like how he's being spoken to, so he says something along the lines of, shut up, I'll beat your ass in your own house, something like that. I don't know. Allegedly, it's not verbatim. And then Mojo Jojo said, use your words. At that moment, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Hit him. Hit him. But he didn't. He acted very professionally. We didn't see Rico again. And I think that's when we saw him, I guess, 1 or 2 straggling shows, but Rico didn't need the money. So we didn't see Rico again. But I think that's when I found out that when you do stand up for yourself, I mean, he didn't have to say. But when you do challenge him, you're going to get fired. It's going to be your last day, bud. And sure, I could have quit at that moment. I could have said, oh, you can't challenge him. If you challenge him, it's going to be a problem. But I did not, because I enjoyed the people that I worked with. I was making good money. And I didn't want to quit my job. Would you quit your job if you found out that your boss was a... You know, what's crazy is along the years, a lot of people have been using words like narcissist and diagnosing everyone around them. But when you actually see a narcissist, do you know what to look for? A lot of you think that I am bullying our friend Kit Kat, but I'm not. I truly believe she's a female narcissist. And no, I'm not a doctor. But I think when you blindly believe and follow whoever, including myself, you don't do victims justice. People that didn't deserve whatever happened to them. So please think about that, because these men, and there are a lot of men. There's so many. It's raining men. So a gentleman reached out and said that he dated Kitty, the, relationship expert. So I'm sure the relationship was healthy and loving and progressive. Well, he said that he was cheating on her, right? Which no woman wants. So I want to be fair and tell all the facts. But the woman just reached out, I guess the girl that he cheated with, and it says Kitty did try to kill him that night. It was because I had butt dialed him. Around that time, he had been messing with both me and her. She found out. Then she got ugly. That girl used to cyber stalk me. She found out where I lived. She used to go live and talk about me and him over her FB and TikTok. It was a whole shit show. So she's saying she butt dialed him. And because of that, Kitty was on the phone. She heard. They began to fight. Now, that's what you heard in part 3. They began to fight. The car got damaged. Shots went off. She used his own gun to shoot at him. All because of a butt dial. Now, of course, the story is going to get deeper, and I'm invested. Are you? And pop goes the bad bitch. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on.
She sounds like she's bullying her at this point, because at this point, Kitty did come out and essentially didn't say anything directly to Keita, but she's basically, we go find that video. She's basically saying that she's talking to God and trying to center herself, and making suggestion that things are tough and
how long it's gonna take and all that. Girl, it's been like 2 days.
Did this episode kind of sent me because you're saying that they was all a problem and you didn't get paid, right? That's two of your biggest things, right? But if you go back to the beginning of this video, she literally says, I liked all the people I worked for and I made good money. So that's why I was
At the time.
okay,
Yeah, that's
what
what
is
I'm
we talking about
thinking.
here?
What'd you say, Amanda? That's why what?
I was kind of like, okay, Keita, what we talking about here?
Right.
I would think
Yeah,
that if the money was the main issue, that'd be the main thing you talk about instead of going after this girl. Like you wanna defame the girl because it's like you mad that she's in the spot that you're not, but she's not even on the show anymore. So why are you still going after her?
But I mean, I think whatever
it's
happened,
not that.
they had, her feelings are hurt. Her feelings are hurt because she didn't take her side. Like, we're supposed to be girls. You're supposed to come rock with me. You're supposed to take my side on this. Apparently, that's not what happened. So now, you got that at the world.
Mm-hmm.
What you about to say, HB?
No, it's real. The reason why it don't make sense is because it's the wrong prognosis. She's not mad because this woman had her spot. She didn't. She was lower on the totem pole. But she's mad because she didn't abide by, the female code and, be on her side with this shit. And, she also feels like there's some hypocritical shit that she's doing, right? Because she's like putting herself above other women. Right. And then she's actually not like that in real life, right? Yeah. So
so they trying to do to each other what I was trying to do to them when they was rocking together, was expose the fact that they was not who they said they were. They weren't congruent. Oh, okay. So pretty much this is what it sounds like then. They probably went to Ace and was like, Ace, we know you getting that bag. We going to all these cities and we see all these people, because there is hella people that be at those shows. And then he was like, and they was like, well, we should be making more money. And they probably had a conversation, went to Ace. Ace was like, that ain't gonna work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring in some more talent and replace y'all and put somebody else on. And then she got mad, or they got mad, or Trip said, fuck it, I'm not about to keep doing this. I'll do my own thing. And then Keita was like the same. Kitty was like the same thing. Keita they don't re-sign Keita, and now she mad making this is her new content.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, obviously, I mean, she's saying they was making good money, right? So they are making good money. But if you see it's going up, like there should be some type of increase there. Like you're over here flashing on it, showing everybody what you got going on, and now we still in the same position. Like we should all be going up together, for one. But I mean, ain't no telling. Like it might not even been that quick. Like to where it could have been happening over time. Like they've been having conversations about it. I feel like it was a long time coming, and they all building stuff up. Like it wasn't just like, okay, this happened and now we gonna go to this. No, because why do they have all these receipts? They have stuff that people normally wouldn't record. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it been building.
Animosity.
Thank you for watching episode 5, season 1 of Who the Fuck did I work for? Now, see, I would love to keep the storyline in order, but your faves keep getting on lives, forcing people to be uncomfortable and look at them and talking about some shit that don't even matter. So I thought to react to the live. I have to watch it here because I'm blocked.
Numbers don't lie, sir. You right. You don't know them. You don't know the numbers. You ain't did the education slave. You ain't did the education slave. You ain't did the education. You don't know the numbers. Matter of fact, I do. You ain't did the education. You guys, like, I love y'all, man. And honestly, I hope at some point in your life, and a lot of you guys are there.
Look at Mandy.
Some point in your life,
y'all don't know
you
the
get
numbers.
to the point where, you know, excluding the people that are already there. Right?
I ain't followed her today.
When you get to the point where you're
doing, no, thank you. Stay
organizing a national tour, self-funded,
from money you stole,
self-promoted,
using our pixels.
You know what I'm saying?
Self. Yikes.
You'll have a better perspective.
Then give us that perspective.
There's promoters all over the country that'll listen to me talk and understand everything that I'm saying.
We understand you. We just don't believe you.
I'm not trying to go back and forth.
So let's get to one of the ways he had me messed up. He likes to show the P&L sheet. Everybody was talking about the P&L sheet. You know, Kitty was like, I saw the P&L sheet. We've all got sent P&L sheets. They don't have any information on them, and they're doctored because guess who creates the P&L sheets? Okay. We've never gotten any information on how much the tour, the app, the clips, the YouTube, the anything have ever made. We've never got.
Okay, so this is what the problem is. The problem is, so Ace had a platform already.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's not her business how much he making. He told you
exactly.
He was a certain amount. That's what you're supposed to get. Like, you agree to that.
Exactly. Right. So he had a platform. He was already big. He had already blew already when they came on. He put them on. And now, sure enough, they were able to get big enough to go on a tour. Because the tour concept came from when Ace Metaphor, Derek Jackson, the dude with the dreads with the long beard, and one other person. They went on a tour. Stefan Speaks, I think, with the French last name or whatever. Anyway, I like him though. He's on point sometimes, a lot of times. And so he took that tour concept, except for he got his own people. No different than if I would say, hey, y'all, let's go on tour. Yeah, all four of us go on tour, and then I already had content and stuff going on, right? And then as we on tour, people fall in love with y'all, right? But like you say, at some point, you got to be like, hey, y'all getting me the bag, right? Y'all are getting me the bag. Like I went from making 400,000 to 600,000. You know what I'm saying? I did agree to y'all to give y'all 10 bands a show each. But what I do want to do is I want to give y'all a bonus. You know what I'm saying? A straight bonus. It ain't got to be no new contract. It ain't got to be none of that. It could just be a straight bonus just based on how much money that you make. And you ain't got to tell them how much you make because that's not their position because it's not her company. So this, I can already see where things is going wrong because they're thinking that they're worth something and they're trying to get it from him and he's saying no. So is he wrong for that?
No, I mean, he's not wrong for it. He's wrong for, you know, probably the way that he came about it, like how he came at them about it. Most likely, he doesn't seem like the sweetest dude that I ever met. So, you know, he probably didn't say it in a very nice way. Probably didn't come off as respectful, right? But they also not wrong for trying to negotiate some shit too, because this is fucking capitalism, right? So you worth what you fucking worth. So you ain't gonna close mouth don't get fed. So, you know, people just got to be able to talk about difficult things without being assholes about it.
Yeah, and you ain't no telling how they went about it either.
Right.
they could have went at him in the wrong way, and now he feeling defensive. Like, hold on, what y'all talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then what if you ain't really making too much more than he was? You know what I'm saying? You can't, ain't no telling. But I
Think
mean,
all that.
care your people if it's really if that's what it is. Like if they're bringing it to you, like you got to make sure that you taking care of them too if you want to keep growing.
Or maybe you think they're disposable.
Well, I mean, obviously he does because you're already going to get replaced. He gonna keep going. He gonna put a new person in that spot. He gonna keep going. He not gonna stop what he doing just because she over here doing all of this. And I don't think this gonna stop his following.
I agree with you. I don't think it's going to stop us following either. Because all you got to do is get somebody comparable as her or better. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody that is not as comedic. But see, the thing about it is, she wasn't necessarily. She says that she was being comedic, right? But when you giving relationship advice, you don't necessarily want relationship advice from Kiki from the block that think everything funny. Girl, is he paying all your bills, girl? Or fuck that nigga, girl. That nigga, the girl that give that advice all the time, that's her. That's Cap and Keita.
But women get hyped up off of that.
True.
You gotta too. I mean, women get hyped up off of that. So if you steady getting, oh, you're right, women gonna get hyped up off that. Women get hyped off that energy. So yeah, that definitely brought a different aspect to the show.
It did. And then, so what's wrong with having that aspect and then having the complicated kitty aspect, the mature married woman that, y'all got these people on here that's acting like they toxic, but we're the people that advocating for a relationship. And that's what Kitty brought to the table was, hey, I'm married. Y'all should be this minded. Then she started coming out from a Christian aspect. Cause I was like, which one of y'all on this panel Christian? Because the advice y'all giving is secular. Like that's why that was my whole gripe.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they blew up because they had so many different perspectives. So let me ask advice to one person. I'm only going to get their perspective. But when you're asking it to a whole panel of people with multiple different perspectives and multiple different views on the world and multiple different values and beliefs, you're bringing a whole different ball game to that response.
That's what we doing. I don't think they were doing that. I think they were trying to find like-mindedness, people that was an echo chamber for Ace. And then when Kitty did that, that made them all feel some type of way. And then they was like, bitch, you ain't even living that life. Got mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Got mad about it.
I'm saying that's like the best thing to do, though. Like, is to bring the perspectives. Now they started going with the masses. You know what I'm saying? Like they all coming with the same stuff, and then when somebody going off on a different tangent, they're going to shut it down. But technically, I mean that aspect and having those different perspectives would have helped them.
Right. That's why we like the way we are. We got we different. We aspected out. I wish Roro would show up too. Because sometimes people will ask me like, oh, somebody would say, hey, I watched your podcast. You got these 3 different girls on there. One was like this and one was like that. And I was like, that's perfect because they're not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like an echo chamber.
Yeah, everybody got their own perspectives. It's like a diversity and equity and inclusion or something.
Yeah.
Never gotten information on it. The only time we can piece information together is when he's bragging. I got big money. I wipe my ass with 50,000. I make $500,000 a weekend. That's the only time we can kind of say, hey, Because I remember something wasn't right with my money, though. And speaking of that, let's talk about it. So at May, you know, me and my ex been broken up for a couple weeks. Cordial, everything's fine. But I'm waiting for my paychecks, and I'm like, what's going on? Because a lot of y'all were saying, well, why was he your manager? He wasn't my manager, but Ace didn't like talking to women. So JT was Randy's husband. Carlos is Kitty's. Well, they said she might not be married. That'll be on the next. I don't know if I tell you what, I'm just dizzy. Carlos, and then there was Kel, my boyfriend, but he wanted to speak to a man because he said that women don't quite get it. They don't quite get it, and it's easier to talk to the men, even if the men don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So,
Okay, so I just saw something there.
I knew you was gonna pick. I knew you were gonna. That was gonna come on your radar, right? But go ahead, bro. I want you to say what you're gonna say about that.
No, go ahead. You go ahead and frame it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I understand that because probably from experience, it probably is difficult dealing with an emotional person. It ain't even gotta be a woman, but it's generally a woman that comes with that high octane emotion, right? So let me give you an example. Marshawn Lynch was doing the camp, and on the field he was cussing at the kids, but the mother didn't like that, right? So she made a big old fuss about it, and she started stomping up the stairs, whatever. He runs her down to explain to her, like, hey, this is what we do, this is how I am, this is how my camps are, look at all these kids I care for, because he didn't want her to go back and, you know what I'm saying, like Mac blast her, try to make it a bad press. And then she wasn't trying to feel that. And so he was like, is there a man here? Is there a man here? Can I talk to a man? Like, can I talk to a man? Like, because for one, men talking to women, you shouldn't be arguing with no woman. So, you know, you're already behind the 8 ball there. Then you can't have a logical conversation when you have an emotional appeal to emotion. So he might just be like, hey, this is why people have managers. So I don't have to get into it with you. I can talk to a third party that's not emotion driven. And so she was dealing with who she says Kels was her boyfriend at the time. She said it wasn't her manager, but he was acting as her manager though. No different than Randy's husband acting as her manager.
I feel some type of way about that. I feel like managers have contracts, and you don't just vote somebody a manager because you feel like that's convenient for you. So that's one thing. You know, the fact that she had to send some male representative is some hyper bullshit. I would say that like the reason she didn't lead with this is apparent in her fucking presentation right now. She's ashamed that this shit even happened. This is some shameful shit. She didn't want to leave with this because this is some shameful ass shit. Like, are you serious? Like, he said, I can't tell you about your money because y'all be too emotional. Okay. No.
So,
like, but he didn't do that for the male cast members. Like, it was just the female ones. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that women don't have these have a proclivity to sometimes just be completely on the emotional tip and deny all logic in a conversation, right? But that's dudes do the same damn thing sometimes, and you know, they're still allowed to have rights and negotiate their own shit. Like, this is not 1940 where you get to make contracts for them and shit. That shit crazy, bro. Crazy.
No, for real. Because Sam, I get the Marshawn Lynch situation. That's real. Like, men not gonna speak to no female about no football stuff or sports, whatever. That I get. But this is her job. So if you look at it on the employment level, you're my employer. And I can't talk to you about my money. And now you want a man in the middle, a man that I'm in a relationship with at that. So he gotta manage how much money I'm making. Get out of here.
So let's
They're not
be
even
fair.
together.
Let's be fair. Let's not act like he just said, "Let me talk to your boyfriend," and he came into the middle of the situation, because that ain't how that worked. he probably was representing her. And also, you can't be yelling and screaming and cussing at your employer either. I bet you she was. I bet you she was being disrespectful with that tongue to her employer. Now, I get the football thing. I'm not even saying it was because it was football. I'm saying Marshawn wanted to have a conversation, a level-headed conversation, no matter what the topic was about. It didn't matter what the topic was about. It's the fact that we can't have a meeting of the minds because you're upset because the way I talk to your kid, or you're upset because of whatever the reason. And I'm trying to explain to you and you not trying to hear that. You over talking me. Now I'm trying to over talk you. Now let me get somebody in here that's a third party.
Right.
A third party. Now, the third party in this situation is her dude, which probably is in her ear, if he's any kind of dude, in her ear telling her how to navigate her business. Her dude has been on the show with her and him before. So it's not like he was some random dude that he just called off and asked. And I don't even like taking up for Ace, but I'm just being neutral like I am when I'm critiquing him. I'm being very neutral until the facts fall as they fall, because I could be very wrong right now, because he could have been like that. He could have been misogynistic. He could have been like that. But what I'm saying is, let me at least give it the benefit of the doubt until it just egregiously looks like that.
But I mean, in that situation, not what the case was, why wouldn't you like tell the women like y'all need a manager? Like, not just some random or your man or whatever the case may be. Like, I want you guys to have a manager as an employer, and as him being like the head of this whole situation. If that's how he wanted it to work out and how them discussions to go, like, that should have been the conversation, not like, oh, I don't want to talk to women. In my opinion, I mean, I don't really know what the conversations was, you know what I'm saying? But how she's saying is he didn't like to talk to women. You talking to all these women on the stage, y'all in group chats talking to these women perfectly fine. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think she's lying. I don't think he said he don't want to talk to women. He didn't want to talk to her.
Just about money though?
No, about business, period.
Like Kitty too, though.
It was
but
all
Kitty too, though.
All of the women.
Yeah, why Kitty gotta have a representative then? She seems to be
no. Well, say that again. Why Kitty gotta have representative?
Why? Yeah, she seemed to be agreeable. Why can't she go talk to?
Who said Kitty got a representative? Kitty don't have no representative that we know of.
No, her husband. Her husband. All the females had
No, you're talking about Randy Rosario. But her husband, Randy already let it know that her husband handles that part of the business because that's his strength. She already said that. She came out and said that's what he does. He handles that part. So they already have an agreement. Right,
okay,
so it's not like her situation is like Randy. She's trying to make it seem like her and Randy's situation is the same when it's not. What it was she was representing herself. Her dude was involved. They all had some sort of relationship, and he was like, "Well, let me just talk to him because me and you ain't seeing eye to eye. We not gonna get no solution." That's how I'm thinking.
No, that's not how
but you can't do that though. You can't just determine that I'm going to talk to somebody else about a business. Black, I mean, come on, bro. Like, if me and you doing business, and I just decide, you know what, I don't want to talk to you no more because I don't like how we conversate. So I'm going to start making deals with Rish for you.
No, if let's say you come to me and say, Black, the show. We real here. Let's say we say, hey, the show, the radio show is up, right? And I was here, at a certain point, whatever, right? And I feel like we should renegotiate our contract. And I say, cool, I'm with that. What you thinking? And you say, I think I need to get like a 30% increase. And I say, oh, I was thinking more like 15%. And me and you going back and forth about this shit. But I really want to give you an increase, but I'm not giving you 30%. And I'd be like, HB, let me talk to your girl. Granted, if I know your girl, she been on the show before, all the shit. Like, she ain't no stranger to me. And I say, man, can I talk to? Let me talk to you because you're in the circle. Dude is just not some nigga just smoking weed and y'all. He like, huh? What y'all think? You want to know what I think? No, I'm pretty sure the nigga was involved with all the shit that was going on. So not all of it, but a lot of it. So all I'm saying is, I'm thinking, giving him the benefit of the doubt, that he's just trying to find a way to be able to communicate, not to be on some chauvinistic like I'm the nigga and I'm the king sitting on the Iron Throne. I'm not seeing that.
I
would,
get
I
you.
would.
I hear what you're
Okay.
saying, but that's not what she said. She said that he didn't want to talk to the women at all. He dealt with the 3 men.
Is she lying? She putting a little more on it because Randy's dude is already gonna do that because that's his position.
Mm-hmm.
Keita got her conflated situation, and Kitty, we don't know who talking for Kitty because the only person we know about Kitty is Kitty. So I don't know. I don't know. So let's see what else she say, because I think she's just putting a little extra on it.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, usually we just send them off to have the conversation and then get the information conveyed, right? So they never talked about this, not to me. That's why it was done behind my back. And apparently, after I signed the contract, he changed things up to where we had to buy our own plane tickets, we had to buy our own hotels, and there were no more rental cars. All that used to be given to us, now it was taken away. So he was like, what we can do, I guess to him, to Kel, was what we can do is make a deal to give you in advance so that you can pay for these things. And then we'll just take it from her shows in the back end. Okay, even if that was the case, even if I would have been okay with some dumb shit like that, and I absolutely wouldn't have, because why am I paying to work? Is this 12 years of slave? Even if I would have been okay with some dumb shit like that, why send it to his personal bank account? All the money has been sent to my bank account. Would it be because when I checked my bank account, I'd have been like, what's this for? So his manager writes back and says that attached is a promissory note. The promissory note isn't signed. The promissory note just basically says, I promise to pay, but it isn't signed. No one freaking signed it, not even the ex. So who promised to pay you? Every time you ask about the money, it's we're going bankrupt, we don't have it, I'm losing, I'm redlined. Every time you say, well, I'm sorry you're having money issues, it's I'm not having money issues, I got big money. So you never quite know. That's why he was shaking and flailing. Also, I'd like to talk about the public support of my colleagues, right? The people that I've been on the pod with. I've never asked for public support. I never said, you better like this comment or say this or that. I stand alone because I can stand alone.
But see, she's lying about she's standing alone because when she came out, she tried to drag Randy into it. Randy put one foot in, but Randy got some other stuff going on, so she ain't messing up her bag. She's not going on this emotional roller coaster with her. She will confirm some of the things that she was going through, and she's being there for the sisterhood, but she ain't standing alone in it. She's trying to make other people complicit by saying you treated Randy wrong, and then you giving Kitty favoritism.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it looked like is going on here. And about this money thing, right?
Yeah.
If Ace loaned her dude some money, right? And this is why it's kind of weird. Like, that's why you say contracts need to be in place. If her boyfriend borrows $30,000, right? And him and Keita funking, and he like, I'm not gonna deal with her after this season. I'm gonna just cash her out, send her on her way, which he got every right to do because the contract they did have was based on seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she gets her final check and like, wait a minute, we 30 bands short, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
And cuz go, well, your dude owe me 30. And she like, well, my dude owe you 30. I don't owe you 30.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Let
Which
me see
is
the
how reality
paperwork.
works.
Let me see the paperwork, right? So he like, ain't no paperwork, but you know he got the money from me. And she now she playing the legal side of it now. So okay, so now if that's what we doing, that's what we doing. So that's why Ace is coming out now with all the receipts saying, look, hey, y'all got money for rooms and food or whatever. This is how much y'all had. Now, if you want to upgrade your tickets for a flight, put your extra with the little $500 I gave y'all. If you want a better room than the Best Western or the La Quinta, then put a little extra with it. But I am providing y'all with somewhere to stay and tickets. It's all in the contract. But now you mad because you want to change the contract. And that's what the issue is. You said this happened at the Joe Budden podcast. She'll get crushed in court.
No,
I
she
think,
won't.
I think she might get her 30 bands back though.
Yeah, she getting that 30 back, bro.
Nobody signed the promissory note, but it all depends because you can prove that somebody owe you the money. Though she can prove that. I mean, Ace can prove that somebody owed him the money.
Somebody would be the person he gave it to. Not her.
It depends because if he can prove that he was a representative of her, then she and him can be tied together.
Can't because there was no contract.
The contract between them.
All he got to do is prove that he's negotiated with that dude before.
No.
On anything.
No.
On anything.
Just because he doesn't have representation of her forever just because he helped negotiate.
It don't have to be forever. It could be in the it's in all it has to be is in the season in which they're talking about.
Because on the business aspect and looking at it from the court side, there's no documentation. You're an employer. This is your employee. This is the agreement that y'all had. There's no other agreement that
it's not just that black and white though.
Why?
It doesn't matter.
Wouldn't it be that each
in her? There's no agreement.
Each negotiation.
Yeah, that it needs to be in the contract. You have to have that written, regardless of what the promissory note was, regardless of the bank statements.
You can change counsel.
Yeah,
each negotiation is his own entity, right? Or am I tripping?
No. They could have had a verbal agreement.
But even still,
what proof you have of it?
Was aware.
Well, the proof of it is well.
Multiple times.
Let's get to the. Well, we'll go to the video from today when they started talking about it because the proof in it is she thought some money was missing and he went and got the money from him and she called him and they had this whole little kerfuffle going on and she was trying to tell him don't do something and then they got into it. We'll get to that. But the mere fact that they're in this little triangle proves that he's just not some outside entity that he loaned money to. Because this dude, Ace would have never knew him if it wasn't for her. So they already have a form of attachment. That doesn't mean that they're attached financially. She's not a fiduciary for him because he could have just came to him on his own and asked him for the money. That ain't got nothing to do with her. So that's what she's going to say. But if Ace could prove the reason why he came to him for the money is because of something that had to do with Keita, then he's gonna be called a what's the legal word for it? But you're a representative of hers. But there's a word for it that you assume the position of that because of how you're moving.
Why didn't he sign her contract that shows how much she was gonna get paid?
How come what?
If that's the case, in the original contract that y'all discussing how much she gonna get paid, he should have been the one signing it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no, because you can't prove that nothing by word of mouth.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
If you can.
No.
Word of mouth. It's not word of mouth. It's
a verbal contract. You can have. Yeah. They're both the same. The only thing you cannot do is you cannot amend a verbal contract with a written contract. Or, I mean, you can't amend a written contract with a verbal contract.
With a verbal one, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
Well,
they do have
that's
a written
arguable. That's arguable. That's arguable. I'm not saying that it's clear cut, but y'all saying it like it's clear cut. That's arguable, yes. It's not clear cut because I don't even.
They
know
do
all the
have a
details.
written agreement. They have to have a written agreement, right?
They have a written agreement,
not for the 30,000.
which is
No,
saying that he was never aware of it, and he
No,
didn't.
but she was though.
What I'm saying is, no. The issue here is he her representative?
That's the question.
They have a written agreement in which he was not, which means it can't be changed without another written agreement making him the representative for her.
There's a written agreement saying that he's not her representative.
Well, no, they had a written agreement in which he was not the representative.
No, but that doesn't mean he's not the representative, though.
But
that doesn't mean that he's not just because he didn't sign nothing. That doesn't mean that. All he has to do is
represent her when in the original contract.
I'll give you another example. All he could go into his text messages, right, and say, see, where a dude came in there and said, hey, Keita said this. Can we do this because she's wanting that? And A says, hey, maybe we could work that out. Let her know that XYZ in the third. He is an agent for her.
Yes.
Agent. Yeah. Right? And so if that same agent came to me and asked for 30,000, and I'm not saying that he was supposed to take the money that way because he probably wasn't, but he was doing that to protect his own dollars. So you legally probably can't do that. Like if I had to put my personal legal opinion in there, I'm going to say that he's going to owe her the money. I agree with y'all. But what I'm saying is not that clear cut because he had to be some kind of agent for her. And that's why he asked him to speak with him because he's easier to deal with than her. But this dude could have manipulated the money out of him. And Keita could have been like, shit, I don't know nothing about that.
Right. And this was at a time when they weren't even together anymore.
Ace definitely should have been like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's
do
this the right way.
Make sure that this is what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, now you're looking stupid.
And I didn't even look at the contract. Thank you, VBZ. Agency. Yeah, that is the word. You're an agent. You're an agency. You give them agency. Right.
Right.
Yeah, text and emails are binding. Yes,
absolutely they are. So if she responds to those messages saying da 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 and having him act as an agent, and it's repetitive, that could be an issue.
Yeah, it could be an issue. I'm not saying I'm just saying it could be an issue.
But then this is the thing: that $30,000 thing is its own, entity and agreement, right?
Yeah.
And so that has to pass the snuff test. He shows up saying 30 G's for what, right?
Right.
And what communication do you have between those two, or did you verify that information was going back from the agent to the person or not? Right. There's no actual promissory note that was signed. This is sloppy, right? So this little 30G thing does not seem like it was done in a way that's congruent with everything else, where there was like this back and forth communication and clear. There seemed that there was a lot more clarity, right?
You typed up that whole note. And it never got signed. So what did that tell?
Right.
Yeah.
Wrong. When you'd be like, why is it not signed? Why didn't she sign it, agent? Why didn't you sign it, agent?
That's great. I agree. I agree with that. But that
she could have thought that he probably thought that it wasn't signed because that was just a copy of it, and the original was signed.
Well, then you the dumbest contract maker.
Yeah, because you need the original. You need to pull out the original.
You need the original.
Yeah. You want to take that copy? Okay. Well, I got a bridge to sell you.
Right. Zaire said, if I get told, seen on paper what I'm going to get, I expect that. And if not, I'm going to speak up on it because you don't play with people's money. You effing up people's lifestyles and how they eat. And that ain't cool. Simple. Facts.
Right.
Don't play. She like, where that 30? That's real money.
So let's see. Let's follow the bouncing ball. Let's follow the bouncing ball.
I don't need anybody to say I left because of, or I believe her, or I had these kind of conversations. All I need people to do is when I'm lying, stop me. Contracts were changed out the blue. New changes couldn't happen so fast. They couldn't be put on the contract. It just, every single day was a mess of like, what? So yes, most of the time he did pay on time, with exceptions, as he stated. You can write the manager, complain, say this isn't right. Wait, what's going on? All you're gonna get is a long, drawn out response that the same shit that he's gonna tell you, but long and drawn out with big words. Now, I still haven't gone over the fact that he called me several times to get a hold of my merch, right? He wanted my merch. He wanted to take control of it. Even though I said I already had a crew, I already had my situated, I did not need help. He called me every single day until I said, okay. I had a lot going on. My address had been leaked. There's a lot of, they're like, I found out my address was leaked. I was moving. I had a lot going on. So I said, okay. And I didn't even get to the part where he wouldn't give me my merch back unless I said thank you and bought a bottle of tequila. And he put it in an email, and I thought he was joking, but little did I know he was not kidding at all. Hello, and thank you for watching.
Oh man, that's narcissist 101.
That's suspect as hell. Because my thought process was this: is the merch really yours? Even if your face is on it, is it your merch? Because it could be the product of Ace Metaphor Enterprises, because everything is owned by him. He probably bought the shirts and everything, right? And he probably give them a percentage. I don't know how it worked. That's why we got to see the baseline contract, which we would never see. But the way she's portraying is like, hey, this is my merch.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding my merch. Like, so that means you got to prove that it's your merch, not just your faces on it. You got to prove that, because there's shirts with multiple y'alls on it. It's not one part yours and one part his and one part hers and one part his. No, the person who bought it and who sends the money out and get the money back and all that, that's whose it is. And then they disperse it out accordingly. So is it really your merch? Now, if it's your merch, then yeah, that's financial abuse. But are you framing it like that so it sounds like financial abuse? Because is it your merch? That's the question.
Well, evidenced by the fact that he kept calling back saying, let me. Yeah, it's hers. Because if it was his, he wouldn't have to call.
No, she could have had some of it, but I agree with you with that. And also the little tequila thing, like, what is that? Because that leads me to believe it's her merch.
Narcissist 101.
Yeah, that leads me to believe it's her merch, right? When she says that, if I believe her. But she said it's in the email, so I'm gonna benefit that probably is, because that sounds like some narcissistic thing that he would say, like, you know what, I'm gonna make your life hell, and you gotta plate cake to me and get me some tequila, and I'll let you have your stuff.
Right.
Like,
I'll let you have what you deserve.
Yeah, that's too much.
Oh man.
Hello, my fellow crash outs, and thank you for watching episode 6 of Who the F Did I Work For? Had to censor myself. They're trying to take my pages. If you no longer see me on any of the platforms, follow my YouTube. That means Mojo Jojo 1. So there's a rumor that Mojo Jojo is smashing everybody on the cast, and I don't know where y'all came up with that. But I do know I did.
They got it from you. You the one that said it. She the one would say he was smashing everybody. She was being hyperbolic.
Yeah, hyperbolic.
Thank you. But people took that and ran with it because they don't know who he slept with. But I think allegedly, I'm gonna tell y'all who I think she slept with.
I think he's
No, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about Keita. Captain Keita.
Allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
I'm gonna say allegedly. I think she slept with Trip.
I think all of them, and I think that's why there's a communication problem, because they all had some type of feelings in there, and that's why he didn't want to talk to them. That's why he wanted to talk to the men. And not then. And I
This is my lady tonight.
Did say he was dibbling and dabbling for show. Yeah, I know. I said that. I got something on my shirt. So this is my very first tour. I'm getting to perform. I'm seeing new fans in new cities. I love this experience, but I'm starting to get irritated, and I'm telling K Love this. I'm starting to get irritated at Mojo Jojo and the things he would say on stage, especially like if you're in an otherwise healthy and happy marriage. And he decides to cheat on you, your husband decides to cheat on you, you shouldn't leave because otherwise, like other than that, you were happy. Well, clearly we weren't happy because I'm getting cheated on. So that's the stuff that I would say that would make him very mad. And he would only show that after we got off stage. So then I realized, okay, I'm gonna have to censor myself because he's not gonna let me really express. So aside from all the women that like the fans that would sleep with Mojo Jojo, because this is when I found out that tour life means a lot of
See, here we go. So she's saying he sleep with the fans, right? Ain't that what she just said?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When you be like, I don't know where people get this stuff from. Yeah, you specifically saying Mojo Jojo right now, right? But the way you just throwing stuff out, this time you being careful with what you saying. Before you wasn't as careful because somebody called you on it. You know what I'm saying? And so why is she throwing all this information out if she's the one that's being abused? Is this a trauma response?
This is
my feeling because whatever happened with their relations is not popping no more.
Reactive abuse. That's what they call that. You know, she eventually, like if you pick on somebody, right, they have enough, and you know the response is going to be outsized compared to what that one event is, right? Because it's not about that one event for them, right? And they're gonna look crazy, right? Because why are they so up in arms about this one little thing, right? And that's what they're gonna say. Right. Why are you so upset?
That's what I was about to say. But that would have to imply that your previous previous personality is maybe demure, right? And you go from demure to hothead, like. So now you like, wait a minute, what happened? That person is really reacting to all the things that they put up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now if you always hothead talking crazy, and then you hothead talking crazy, except for now you bringing receipts, that's not you being stifled, and then all of a sudden you exploded into somebody because you were being.
Just because you talk big, right, doesn't mean that you follow through, right? There's a difference, right? Like, I don't yell and scream, but you're gonna give me my just due, right? I don't have to do that, right? People have different styles. You could be a pushover that says a lot, talks a lot, and that's what she was doing. Probably most likely, it looked like to me, right?
I would think just like the quiet person would get loud when they feel the injustice, I would think the loud person would get quiet.
Nah, they only know loud. They don't know how to be quiet.
I don't know, because I'm just saying, I've been in this situation before where I felt like my employer was shortchanging me straight up. You know what I mean?
Same way for the shit,
right?
Yeah,
and I'm how I am like right now, right? But when I decided to do something about it is when I got quiet. It wasn't. I didn't start making all these egregious moves or these volatile moves. You know what I'm saying? Like these earth-shaking moves, these unprecedented moves. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. But that could have just been me. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to think it through because I'm not a professional, but when I smoke, I think I am.
When you're dealing with somebody like him, right? He's a very put together person who already has a large following of people who are going to believe what he has to say, right? And so, you know, she may feel a form of desperation, right? Of like, I have to do something, or he's just going to run over me, right? In this whole situation. And that's exactly what would have happened, right? So she feels like her own it's just to be loud, right? Because then at least somebody will pay attention.
Oh, so she said, I'm going to get louder. Okay.
Right. Because you're going to try to shut me up, right? I mean, that's what people would, you know, smart guy.
Well, why is she not hyper focused? Why is she not hyper focused on Mojo, JoJo, and why don't she leave complicated Keita alone?
Because she's emotional. It's easier.
Listen, if this man really, like, if you really think about it, how is he getting these females on his show?
He's discovering them
on his show.
You know,
before it blew up. Because now, obviously, you already got that. So it's cool. People gonna want to come on there, right? But how did he get them on his show?
Because when he was appealing to them and they was like, I feel that, and he approached them and was like, I want you to rock with me, because he had an eye for him in whatever way.
Right quick. And now you're going to be in your feelings because you're going to be on this show and you can't talk about what we did.
But she said she didn't sleep with Mojo.
Okay. All right. Let me just...
There's a lot of emotional connection over there.
I'm just going to say this about the the industry.
Everybody sleeps with
there tends to be a price of entry, and it's usually your ass. That's all I gotta say.
That part.
That direction.
What's the price of entry over here?
We ain't got no price of entry over here.
Y'all ain't come to Vegas and pay it yet. That's all.
Oh, there's too much emotional attachment. Like, coming from a female's point of view, there's way too much emotional attachment. She's too, like, all of her conversation and all of her videos is way beyond what the problem is. Why are you exposing all this other stuff? Why are you not just to the point exposing the problem? He played me out my money, this, that, and the third. There's too much emotional attachment. So there was something else going on. I don't care what she talking about or who she said she didn't sleep with. When you come into something like that, there's a price to pay to get there, right? How did you get that spot?
Something had to be done. Nobody rides for free. Nobody rides for free.
For free. Ain't shit in life free, especially the good shit.
And who was moving that roller coaster? Ace. Who was picking these women to get on the show? Ace. Who was sleeping with all the fans? Ace.
You telling on yourself. She don't even know she's telling on herself because she's saying the man who runs this shit is a hoe and he likes to get paid in sex. And then you are on his show.
And now that you got a man, he can't talk to you. He can't communicate with you because you got a man. And you can't talk about it because you're on the show. So now you looking stupid because you didn't sleep with this man and he playing you.
Effing is going on. A lot of boot scooting boogieing. So aside from all the women that he would sleep with on tour, he would sleep with, you know, his assistants. So I met one of his assistants that let me know that he get down. Got a couple kinks as well. I'm not shaming it, but it does involve throw up. So Kit Kat ain't the only one that just loves bodily functions. Bodily fluids, I meant. I'm sorry, I'm really frazzled by a lot of all this. I don't kink shame, but I don't think it's wrong to be kink surprised. Imagine a close friend being like, I just need to be pooped on. Every day I think about it. Love it. So after every show, we like to go out and eat, celebrate. And I remember being in Dayton, Ohio, and talking to his wife and basically telling them that they had amazing husbands because I seen them do, and they really showed me that married men can absolutely be in front of a whole bunch of women that are open and ready to pop it up, to pop it out. They can see that and say, what I got at home is more precious, and go to their hotel room and not be frazzled
Hold on, y'all.
in the lobby.
She lied. She
And
just
this is where
posted
I
it.
learned that.
What'd you say?
She just posted a new video right now too.
All right. On her page?
Yeah.
All right.
Live during the show. You never know what's gonna happen.
That
I got
cheating
my
on your
notepad.
significant other or your spouse doesn't only hurt a bunch of women that are open and ready to pop it up, to pop it out. They can see that and say, what I got at home is more precious, and go to their hotel room and not be frazzle dazzling in the lobby. And this is where I learned that cheating on your significant other or your spouse doesn't only hurt your significant other, but it really makes everybody around the situation feel uncomfortable. Because as I'm speaking to these ladies, his girl comes up and says, well, what about Mojo Jojo? You're saying he's faithful. What about him? So I would like to take a poll. If you knew that your boss was unfaithful, and at the company Christmas party, his wife asks you, what are you going to say? Are you going to tell her the truth, or are you going to say, yeah, he's absolutely faithful. He's just like the rest of them. He's doing good. Well, if your answer was not the latter one, because mine was, I looked at.
All right. What y'all doing in that situation? I already know what I'm doing. What you doing?
Oh, I'm
walking off.
I don't feel like I had nothing to say.
I'm hoping that somebody else takes the lead on this one. And I don't have to like outright lie, but
Right.
if I do, it's my job, and I'm not your counselor. So
play with my money for stuff.
Sometimes no answer is an answer.
She knew by the silence that was there for a couple seconds.
I'd have been like, Mojo Jojo?
What?
I'll be asleep. I'll be high.
I don't even be paying attention that late.
Right.
Why would you do what?
I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna look at her like, I know you ain't talking to me.
I'm like, this wasn't even involved in my stuff. I better go.
Right. I'm gonna be like, anybody need anything to drink? I'm gonna go get a drink.
I'm pretty sure
walking clean off.
I just heard my mom call me.
Mama.
Mama, yeah. Huh?
Oh, that's when you grab your phone like you got a phone call.
You're like, huh? That's my mom.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
You know how many times I've done that? And my mama done passed away for over almost 15 years now.
You know what? Bless her heart that she still protects you.
Bless her, still taking care of you, right?
Right.
The toughest moments, mama.
Right. She
Always
pulls
there.
up.
You could always pull the mama card. Thank the Lord for mamas.
Her right in her face, and I was like, he is faithful. Yeah, he really loves you. I didn't know what else to say. I did not want to lose my job. I was put in a very awkward situation. Me and that girlfriend weren't close then. Now we are, but we weren't close then, and I just didn't know what to do. And that's when I realized how selfish. He put me in this situation. Now I might be wrong, but he put me in that situation. He didn't even have a type. Some wheelchair, little hand. I'm not trying to be rude. It didn't matter. It didn't matter the disability. Not to say anybody was like not able to function. Yeah, I don't think he took advantage of anyone. They were able, but the disabled, they're able. You hear what I'm saying? The disabled is able. They get down. You hear what I'm saying? Hello, my fellow crash outs.
She wrong for that. She wrong for that shit.
So she cool. So she cool with the girlfriend now.
What is something you
She
wouldn't?
made a point about that. Yeah.
Bro said the wheelchair. Like, what?
That's some.
To
Hey,
get this done, we have to do it.
Hold on.
This ain't gonna
Did
reach
you see the
everybody,
new
but it's gonna
video?
touch who it needs to, and that's all that matters. We're about to vent about some shit. I got time today. If you've ever been through
Is
a
that it?
situation
Hold
that
on.
broke you,
That ain't it, huh?
I don't understand why people
Hold
don't.
on. Let me just go back here. Let me do it like this.
like what she said though is about the he just like sleeps with anybody. It's pretty.
That's tough.
Pretty
boy.
on the MO of the narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah, no time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where is it at? What is it on?
Stream.
Amanda?
It was on TikTok. It just came up on my thing.
Can you send it to me?
Hold on.
Okay, so all right. Oh yeah. So let me find the newest the newest information, like, because Ace Metaphor had a response. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And you got to go to the girls' channel.
Because I don't see it.
You got to go to the women's channels. They got the information.
See.
Really? Now my fucking phone just froze.
Let me see. Dang it.
Right now.
At all the wrong places, huh? We're going to... Hold on. We call this tonight's confrontation. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, damn. Let's see here. 3. Oh, God. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Ace dropped the receipts. Let's see. Let me find it first. Okay, hold on. Did you send it to me? Oh, where'd she go?
She backstage.
Oh, that's all right. Hold on. We got this.
Got real. When I tell you, I was in complete shock when I seen Ace Metaphor drop some receipts. Now, I would have posted this earlier, but when I tell you, reading and editing and doing all this extra shit takes time. So please hit the like button on your way out. Let's get into it. I've always been transparent with my supporters, and today is no different. What you're about to hear is an audio recording of an unlawful attempt by Keita Rose to extort $500,000 from me. $500,000, y'all. Let me be clear. Keita Rose has been 100% compensated for 100% of her services. See last slide. So basically, Ace had posted this earlier and took it down. So while he was live, people were saying, Ace, take it down, Ace, take it down. And I was just like, wow, that speaks volumes. Ace is scared. But then he posted this with extra receipts. So I guess we're going to get into those in a second. Everyone has their right to make their own decisions about what they believe, but I want my fans to hear the truth for themselves before jumping to conclusions based on false and damaging accusations. This isn't about drama. This is about integrity and defending your name. Listen for yourself and decide what you believe. Thank you for your continued support. Well, Keita said she recorded the same calls that he has, so we'll have to wait and see what Keita has.
I know he's watching. Your people are going to believe everything you tell them, and I show you. Hey, bro. Type shit. I need to type C because I got to record. I recorded the conversation too.
Ace Metaphor and Ace Metaphor Production. I'm sharing this sensitive information only because of an unlawful attempt by Keita Rose to extort $500,000 from me. In her failed effort to defame my character and secure an unlawful payday, I feel it's necessary to inform my supporters of the truth. As many of you know, I've always prided myself on being an open book. My journey, including the challenges I've faced, have given me the insight needed to offer meaningful relationship advice. Out of respect for my ex-wife's privacy and in accordance with legal requirements surrounding my expungement, I have never publicly shared these details until now. As I've shared before, my past has shaped me and given me the life experiences I use to offer real relationship advice to so many. Out of respect for my ex-wife's privacy, her request, and the legal guidelines surrounding my expungement, I refrained from publicly discussing these details. However, due to the false and dramatic claims being made now and sharing and releasing of my information pertaining to my expunged record, I feel compelled to provide the truth. Here's my story. When I was 20 years old, I married my ex-wife in December of 2009. As many can relate, being young and in love can make it difficult to manage emotions, especially in challenging times. Our relationship was unpredictable and often led to arguments. During these disagreements, I have never physically harmed my ex-wife. In 2011, after one such argument, in an effort to de-escalate the argument and in response to certain actions of my ex-wife, I removed my wife from our apartment and was later arrested for doing so. At the
Wait a minute, y'all just gonna let that just slide by? I removed my wife and I was arrested. That sounds like a DV situation to me.
But then in the same sentence, gonna say I never physically harmed her. Why?
Yeah, he made a sandwich. He put a lie on top and then gave the truth, and then gonna put another lie underneath that, like a compliment sandwich.
And it literally said,
At the time, I didn't understand that removing her from my home was against. How did you remove her?
Well, you remove children. You know what I'm saying? You remove a pet. Like,
was this a physical removing? Because
of course it was.
yeah, if you were charged, you definitely there was some type of physical something. Okay.
Okay. So he a whole DV. This is why she said he's an abuser. Because I think she was about to come out with this, and he had to beat her to the punch. Good thing he did, because had she said this and brought this out, he would have had an issue, a bigger issue. Because people gonna overlook the fact that he is so he talking all these dudes they're the very niggas that they be talking about. So when he be doing all this and doing all that and acting like this and talking about boo, you should be doing like this to them dudes. Mm-hmm. And y'all sitting up there talking about I like him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When he did like this.
Yeah.
You already knew, bro.
No, fake persona.
I was telling I know when Clarissa first met me, y'all thought I was just hating on them. I was like, y'all don't see the little signs?
Time, I didn't understand that removing her from the home was against the law. As a result, I was charged. Despite this, my wife and I continued to see each other on and off as we tried to reconcile. In 2012, I was able to resolve this legal matter. I received a disorderly conduct violation, which was later expunged. Later that year, my ex-wife and I mutually decided to separate and move forward with our lives. I'm sharing this part of my life not for sympathy, but so you can understand that I, like everyone else, have made mistakes, grown, and learned.
Oh.
Wait, tell me you didn't share it for sympathy. What you mean? You was the one doing something. See, this is why I do believe he was acting a way towards them, though, because
That's
he.
such a narcissistic, like, oh, I don't want sympathy, but I want you guys to agree.
know that it
But I'm the
happened.
I
victim.
want you to agree with me, but I don't want your sympathy, though.
I don't want your sympathy. I just told you because I wanted you to know my history of making mistakes. But then you sympathy. Why would you get sympathy when you was the abuser in the situation? You don't see that? Wow. Okay.
And then how he just dressed up the words and made it so nice. Like what really happened is he dragged her out the house, probably got charged with kidnapping, and then went to jail for it. She had a restraining order on him because he said they tried to see each other on and off. You tried to go see her and you couldn't because of that restraining order. That was the on and off. Then y'all finally went to court. The charges got reduced to whatever. And then she said, okay, now that this is done, I don't want to be with you no more. And they went their separate ways. That's what really happened, but he tried to make it sound all fairy tale and pretty.
Now, with this little letter that he wrote, remember she said everything that he writes or everything that he says, he be putting multiple words on some bullshit to make it sound better, so he make other people sound a little slow or something, or feel like they a little slow.
Yeah, this all that happened. That's all that I did. That was it.
I whipped their ass and threw her outside and got arrested for it.
Yeah,
Now,
but that was it.
Removed
That was
her
it.
from the
now I
thing.
want some sympathy.
Yeah.
While removing her, he may have had to beat on her a little bit because she was resistant. But then, you know,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
maybe a little.
But feel bad for me because now I know that what I did was wrong, but I had to do it because of a reason. But now I know it was wrong.
Now
But if
I
that
know.
reason come up again, I might have to do it again. And
That's what I'm just
hopefully
gonna say. Now
afterwards, I know then,
that I'm still a
yeah,
decent me.
wait.
The apology that's a veiled threat at the same time. I like it.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Like everyone else, have made mistakes, grown, and learned from my experiences. I'm sharing because I want to be sure that any telling of my private history is accurately displayed. I do not believe or condone anyone having to suffer their history being publicly shared without their consent and without it coming directly from the people directly involved, which has happened here. I did not at any time share this information with Nikita Moon. Damn, he put her government. But I am now required to clarify an intimately personal matter that only occurred between myself and my ex-wife and is legally not publicly available because I would not provide money to Nikita Moon in exchange for Nikita. Ooh, damn, sir. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all don't read these things. People just need to say what they got to say because having to pause and scroll and do all this stuff, especially when you can't see with the words, it's a bit annoying. So, yeah, let me read this for you guys before y'all start talking shit in the comments. I would not provide money to Nikita Moon in exchange for Nikita Moon not to speak to or release this matter. I am now 35 years old and have had no further issues with the law in the 15 years since. Today, I stand as a man who deeply respects the law and the women in my life. My hope is that my story demonstrates my growth and the lessons I've learned, allowing me to continue helping others who may be struggling in love. Thank you for your continued support and trust. Sincerely, Ace Metaphor. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see what Cutie got to say because he dropped text messages to prove something. Let's see what it is. Hey, Ace. Kel stole about $13K from me. Please cease all communication about me or business with him. Anything?
Okay, remember we was talking about them text messages earlier. Hey, but before we get to that,
Yeah.
his whole thing at the end of that was she was going to leverage it against him.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for some money for a NDA, like for her to not say nothing. That's extortion.
Mm-hmm.
That's extortion.
Yeah, but is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
How you know?
Well, because he just admitted to it.
No, his story is true.
Oh, is his story true, or is the extortion part true?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. If that is true, then it's extortion. But remember, everything we say is
Let's say allegedly.
Allegedly.
yeah. Let's say allegedly.
Of course.
And then how he slid in there that, oh, in the last 15 years, I haven't had any problems. It's like he's low key a groomer. He's been grooming women so that the ones that he do come in contact with, he like they don't have all of the red flags that he has to go and revisit those problems. He's making sure that the women he come in contact with are all like minded.
I mean, but he's married though, right? So why is he even coming in contact with that many women?
That don't matter. A ring never stopped anything.
Girl. That is
Yeah.
not for a narcissist.
So now this is Keita. This is Cap and Keita hitting up Ace, talking about Kel. Remember the boyfriend? She think he took 30,000 from him, but see, 13. I'm sorry, 13,000. Please cease all communications about me and business with him. See, like
That's
that
that's
kind of
ambiguous.
it is ambiguous, but it does imply that there is some form. It's not zero.
Right.
It's not
But she can
zero.
just say, I felt like I had to send this message because he was making business deals behind my back with this guy.
Could be. Could be. Could be.
That's all she
Here we
has to
go,
say.
though. I'm with you.
Let's see what it is. Hey, Ace. Kel stole about $13K from me. Please cease all communication about me or business with him. Anything personal is up to you. Gracias. He says, yeah, all communication will cut off with him from me. I ride with you, period. And she responds, oh, never mind. It wasn't stolen. Apparently, I've been paying for Mary flights. But everything else still stands. Thanks again. Not sure why he wanted to provide this, but if he goes live, we'll find out. Now, here are the receipts that Ace dropped. This is recordings of him and Keita's conversation. Keita also says that she recorded the entire thing. So let's just sit back and see what happens because we still haven't seen the receipts from Keita. She has a lot more to go. So be patient, y'all.
You keep making promises. So we're going to do the $300,000 NDA. I'm going to sign it today. I'm going to wire the money today. The agreement will say by 5:30 this will all be done.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
But that is not her fucking voice.
Oh, that's her. That's her being. That's how you know how people got a voice offline and a voice online. Like Ace Metaphor, his voice online is not how his voice is offline.
Yeah, she showed it with Kitty. Now she getting it done to her.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. So, but watch this though. She like, give me 300,000 is the NDA. I'll sign it. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that. That's not a thing you can do.
Now, granted that this video sound like it was clipped right there, and we don't know what was said previously to that because you always got to leave gap for that, right?
Context.
For
Allegedly.
context, right? But as it stands on his face, prima facie evidence on his face as it is right now,
right?
You still can't sit there and say, "Oh, I'll shut up if you give me 300,000 for an NDA. You send me an NDA." 300,000 with it, and I'm cool.
The NDA
You know what I'm saying?
It's fine if you do it before,
or unless he brought it up. If he brought it up, that's a little different. Because then it's not extortion,
right?
It's not extortion if he brought it up.
You can't extort something in the future, right? So. You know, just beforehand, folks.
Stop playing with me. I'm not talking. I'm dead. The agreement will say by 5:30 this will all be done. I will show you proof of me. Stop playing with me. I'm not talking. I'm about to take a shower now, and I have to call Daniel.
Can I ask you
Think about that, and let's have another conversation.
Can I ask
And
you
if that conversation doesn't go
Yeah.
the way Daniel needs it to go, about what me and you agreed, then I'm never speaking to you again because you keep making promises. So we're
that Ace dropped. This is recordings of him and Kita's conversation. Kita also says that she recorded the entire thing. So let's just sit back and see what happens because we still haven't seen the receipts from Kita. She has a lot more to go. So be patient.
I had to hear this in regular speed.
promises. So we're gonna do the $300,000 NDA. I'm gonna sign it today. I'm gonna get wired the money today. The agreement will say by 5:30 this will all be done. I will show you proof of me. Stop playing with me. Enough talking. I'm about to take a shower now. And I have to call Daniel.
Hey, can I ask you
Think about that. And let's have another conversation.
Kita, can I ask
and
you
if that conversation doesn't go the way Daniel needs it to go, about what me and you agreed, then I'm never speaking to you again because I'm tired of it. I need to create my content so I can work. Some of us don't have all this money that we can go around and make lives and go to basketball games and do all this and Some of us have to just feed our children. So I'm gonna either work, we gonna work, or I'ma work. You decide. And I'm not saying I need to wire.
Mary.
Sign the NDA. Yes.
Mary.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes. Hey, Mary, 5 minutes because you work for me. Because you work for me.
All right.
5 minutes with this one. Go ahead.
All right, look, maybe just have her call me back at 1. I don't know. We right, you know what I'm saying? We right there. We literally are right here.
So can you if this deal don't go through by 5:30, it's no deal. That's what I'm telling you. I'm tired of this. I'm not gonna give you 80 days, sue me in court, let's go to court. And I'm gonna blog the whole fucking goddamn experience. Just like I'm blogging this one. Go ahead. Play with me. I'm gonna get that wire today.
Nope.
Or we have no deal. Solve this by 5:30 until midnight last night. I'm tired. My back hurts. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need to work, but I'm still fucking around with your bitch ass. Now I said we were friends, but we ain't that goddamn close until we make a motherfucking deal. So make it, nigga, and make the right one. Let's just make the deal, Ace. And we can move forward, and you can get squared away, and we can get squared away, and everything can be finished.
What y'all gotta say about that? Now it kind of imply to me that Ace had they were in negotiations about the amount.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely negotiating the amount. So
not only that kind of do explain why he don't want to deal with them, for one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk to me like that, I ain't finna talk to you. It's a professional deal we doing. Why are you hollering? Why are you all this, that, and the other? What you got to do? And then
it happens. This is not uncommon, unfortunately.
It was better when you slowed it down, for surely. But yeah, they both. She got some more juicy on him. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, it's not over.
That much money.
That was a breaking point. Did you hear her?
Yeah,
she was breaking.
You broke up. What did you say?
I said if he negotiating to pay that much money, this gonna get deeper.
Yeah.
He got a lot more on him than so far.
Yeah. She sounded like somebody, you know, when you fucking play games with somebody too much, right? And they just be like, well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
All bets are off,
Yeah.
right? That's what she sounded like to me. You know, and she don't like sound like somebody should easily fuck with either. She got her own control things that she does. So this could be a long, protracted battle.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you didn't took her life away. At the end of I mean, that's her life. That was her life. That's how she, you know what I'm saying? That's her money. That's her life. That's who she created herself to be. How she, everybody looking at her now. You know what I'm saying? Now you done ripped that from up under her. She done lost it.
Yeah.
She's crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
She
It's
calling her
like,
crash outs.
yeah, she is like, you keep testing me and testing me and testing me, like over and over and over, seeing when I'm gonna break, how much I'm gonna take. It's like you keep
Mm-hmm.
testing me, I'm gonna be a crash out, dummy.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like
She
she's
let the
reached
runner
her
find out.
breaking point. It to me it seems like because she kind of explained what she was gonna do if this didn't play out. It's like she had reached the point where she's like, if I'm gonna have to deal with this, you need to pay up. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't pay up, I'm blowing everything up. I'm gonna get my money one way or another while
Right.
it's tearing out each one of y'all. So it takes away from y'all income and the eyes come on me so that I can get what's owed to me. So she was like, either do
So get it.
this or I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Right.
For
I'm gonna
whatever
give.
reason he didn't do this. So now
And
she's crashing out.
yeah, and his response being so calm about that
Mhm.
situation and then just kind of negotiating it like it's a fucking contract
Yeah.
tells me a lot about what he felt like there was justification for her emotional responses because of the way he then responded to it. If that was completely unjustified, that would not have been his response.
I think he sound like that because his dick in the ringer. Because she do know some stuff, and you know how she is. She told him what she knows, and he know is true. So he has to come to the bargaining table. So if you a narcissist, like y'all say he is, if he is, then he's coming with this fake humility
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
order to get his instrumental need met, which is
Right.
have it swept under the rug. Because really, the best thing for him to do is have it be an NDA. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because then he know it can't resurface.
Right. Yeah, he's trying to win the lose the battle to win the war, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But let's finish up this because the new video came out, and I guess she got him on some audio. So I guess I gotta go down the rabbit hole with it because it's gonna get, like y'all said, it's ugly already.
Yeah.
It's a big
You
crime.
think you can solve it by 5:30? Mary, we got a long way to 5:30. I've been working on this all morning. Since we all hold on, Peter. Let me. So look, just call me back. Call me back at 1. Call me back at 1. All right, come back. You text me about Kel possibly stealing or taking $13,000 from you.
Right.
I want you to read what I said to you.
I know what you said. I remember that conversation verbatim.
You said Kel stole that from me. I said I ride for you. Period. When you came back and said, "Oh, never mind, it wasn't stolen." Apparently, I've been paying for Mary's flights. That lined up with why Kel asked for it from me. It made, I'm like, cool.
No, it makes sense.
And then
I just would never have agreed to that, so I was really upset that I couldn't do anything. And that's what I'm going to tell them. Everybody's like, "Well, give her the money." I'm going to let them know that legally, apparently Mary I had to pay for her flights. I've never had to pay for her flights before, but I had to pay it this time. So I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that. I didn't know you guys. I didn't know why. Even if that.
See how he was like, Kels didn't tell me that? Because see, that she know that he was an agent for her. Like he was getting information for her.
But do you hear his response?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? What are you saying? You know she didn't know about it. So there's your right there. That's a conversation between both of them that's recorded. She didn't, he knows.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But the mere fact that there's been times where he acted as an agency for her. And that's what his justification is going to be for taking the money. I'm not saying that he was right for doing that because once again, like I said, you got to give her money directly, and she needs to go take it up with him or whatever, or you need to take bruh court directly because that's who you gave the money to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is too sloppy, man. Come on, people. Like contracts.
Why it was sent to somebody's personal bank account, which my lawyer said is a no-go.
No,
especially when every bank account, everything has been.
I think Sunday night he was like, "Wait, just wait." He was like, "Please, just wait. Don't do anything. Just wait." Our lawyers were talking to each other, getting sticky. getting crazy. His lawyer's very disrespectful. My lawyer says on his lawyer's website, it says that he can only advise people. He can't even do litigation. So I bet we'll find out. Hey, Stephon, I can't wait to see you in, what is it, Ohio? What do we have to go, Ohio? So, because he's so cheap that he won't even pay for a real lawyer. So he's trying to get me on extortion. It's not extortion when I'm asking you to pay the people back what they deserve. You can use big numbers and scare people. Mandy about to be in his comments saying you loud. You can use big words and scare people, big numbers. She's trying to get 500,000. Yep, I can prove why. So for the ex, I was trying to get $100,000. Why, Nikita? Why? That's crazy. Okay, let me tell you why. When you cannot leave a man. When a man makes it difficult for you to leave him, whether it's financial because you work with him, or it's physical, mental, and emotional. How come all your exes have to move to different states to get away?
I'll be keeping up.
I'm sorry, boo. That's not actionable, and that ain't worth no $100,000. I don't know what she's talking about right there.
That wasn't very
Why
clear.
she bringing that up like it was a big bomb drop? Why did you get with him if you noticed that all of his exes moved away?
Well, she probably found that out later, probably, right?
As
Why
yeah,
did
that's
you?
you don't know that when you get there. That's what you learn on the trip.
All right, this was her latest, Kita's latest from 3 hours ago.
I don't understand why this ain't gonna reach. Girl, everybody was like, this ain't gonna.
To get this done, we have to do it obviously above the board.
What's that mean?
Right, because it means that technically we can't say what we're doing this for. Yeah, I like that being more of it. He was saying that what your lawyer said, and then I like it being something that is private between us that don't get out. But it doesn't benefit neither one of us to go to court about this. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it for me. The amount of money I would pay lawyers to keep watching your page and doing this and doing that, it's not fucking worth it. So what I'm saying is I didn't need an all-encompassing NDA. It was 100 just to not talk about this.
Yes, but that's the NDA.
Hold up. No, shit, if you want to keep, look, it was 100 to talk about this and then 250 in work. Quote unquote.
For the NDA?
No, just this specific thing.
Right, that's the NDA. That's the one that I need to sign the NDA about.
One more question.
Yeah.
About just the 5 all this year. 250 now, 256 months.
So give me 500,000.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you take that money and you just put it in the stock market, in 4 years you'll probably have more money. You know what I'm saying?
Nope, I don't know how to do stock markets. You don't.
No, I'm saying you'll just have it. You get what I'm saying? You'll have it. The idea, and this is I'm telling you from my side of it, what I would do. I would have the money.
People have been around you forever, and then other people's characters are going to start to be questioned. Because my first thought was, which one of his niggas knew and sat by an abuser and continued to make money? That was my first thought when I saw it. So when I asked Mike, I'm like, did you know?
Kita, I know you have your opinions of me. All right? I know you do. And I know that there's some things that could have been done better. But when I listen to your opinions of me sometimes, it do hurt my feelings. And I'm not taking away from your hurt feelings.
No, I do be trying to hurt your feelings. You be pissing me
That
off.
don't mean that. Listen, just like things got back to you, things got back to me.
I tell them to people on purpose so that they get back to you.
There you go.
So with Kitty,
I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
So I was going through a breakup, so I was going through a lot, and then somebody had doxed me in January, and they shared my address, so people came to my door, knocked on my door, scared my kid, so we all slept in the same bed together because we didn't know if people were gonna come in. They called my phone a million times.
It was scary the whole night, and like people were sending Uber Eats. People were like, "You gonna die, bitch?" Because it was around the time that I had talked shit about Nicki Minaj, so the barbs were already on me. So as soon as my address and phone number hit Twitter, I was cooked. So that really fucked me up. So I went ahead and I had to move. But I couldn't really afford to like do tour, help my family out, and move. But I moved anyway because I was scared because I got a son. So I told Randy that, and you know, she was like really mad about it. But then Kitty told me that, you know, she got my address. Randy had got my address from Natasha. So I called Natasha. And Natasha was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to give her your address." She was like, I thought she had some of your merch and she wanted your address, right? But you're not supposed to give my personal information out to castmates. But anyways, I let it go. And then so me and Kitty became cool because she told me, she was like, "I got something to tell you about Randy." She's like, she leaked your address. So I just blocked Randy. I didn't even say anything. I just blocked her. I was like, I'm done. So, me and Kitty became cool, very close. She told me you fucked her over real bad. She was struggling really bad with money. I gave her sister food. Because she said her sister. I gave her food. I gave her a pantry of my food. I did a lot for her. I bought her an edible arrangement. I took her out to eat and paid for the whole thing. I did a lot. And then, you know, she snaked in the fucking worst way. Because you weren't supposed to know. You weren't supposed to know that we came together.
I am on my, I don't like to swear, but on everything I love. When I talked to Kitty in Dallas, she wasn't trashing any of that.
I didn't say she trashed. I said she told you what she didn't have no reason telling you.
No, she didn't. It wasn't you get what I'm saying? It wasn't.
She already apologized for telling you what she told you.
Listen. You come back. What I'm saying is, it wasn't in an attempt to get them out. They ain't blah blah blah. It was an attempt to, hey,
I don't care about her. That's the reason. My son is in danger. I had to buy another motherfucking house, and that bitch is in Dallas, and I'll fuck that bitch up.
I don't want to get you upset.
My son, nigga. I don't play with my son.
Hey, we don't have to talk about Kitty no more.
Never again.
I was just person to person, Kitty.
No, I'm just telling you. I don't want anything from you, Ace. I don't want anything. At first, I thought you were gonna make it right. It was a whole day. I can't spend days and days on this, so I'm just gonna let it go from here. I wanted to call you and just say, I want to let you know how you've hurt people. That's all. How you've hurt me. Like a lot of people, Natasha told her stories too. And everybody can talk about how they've left you and you've done this and you've done that. And you've gotten what you are good at is meticulously doing something to somebody, whether you make them love you, and I don't see how they can, or you give them financially fucked up, right? And then they say, okay, well maybe he'll make it right. And we continuously do that because you play this like nice guy role that everyone fell in love with, like 2 million followers, you know? 2 million women are like, this is a nice guy. You are not a nice guy. I don't need you to make it right. I don't need you to give me any money. I know Mike said I was impoverished. I guess that was a little dig because he's mad, but I gotta unfollow him too. I'm not tripping, man. I wish you the absolute best, bro. I really do.
You're gonna drop the video.
I'm gonna tell the truth. You haven't been truthful with me since I've met you, though, about anything.
No, whoa, Tita. So are we talking or not?
I can't stop crying thinking about what did happen.
Yeah. All right, so, Tita, I ain't ate since.
Me neither. I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm so thin and pretty. I'm gorgeous. Stop telling me we're good. I have to pay my lawyer. All right, I'm wasting my money, bro. I had to pay my lawyer and shit. It's fine.
No. But that's so essentially so now you're willing to sign a full blown NDA.
Yeah, I do think this is deep, and then this is gonna hurt a lot of employees, and then a lot of people are gonna be like, well, I didn't see that. He do be yelling at Sam. Do the live still just to show people that you made it right, because that's all. And then with that settlement, I'm gonna get like the people that said that they were hurt by you, I'm going to help them so that they feel like
you know, they didn't just help me get everything. And then, you know, and I'm not going to say that what you gave me or anything, but I'm going to say he made it right. Be honest. Be honest. Because people think we're having sex and we're not.
I know that you have enough right now, even without her. You know that. You know that also.
Yes. I have a lot of things. You've done a lot of things.
No, listen. So there is no reason for me, no reason at all for me to spoil you at fucking all.
Or get off my phone and let's stop this. I don't give a fuck. Fire today. Or we have no deal. I waited up until midnight last night. I'm tired. My back hurts. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need to work. But I'm still fucking around with your bitch ass. Now, I said we were friends, but we ain't that goddamn close until we make a motherfucking deal. So make it, nigga, and make the right one.
Let's just make the deal, Ace, and we can move forward, and you can get squared away, and we can get squared away, and everything can be finished. Do you think you can solve it by 5:30? Mm-hmm.
We got a long way to 5:30. I've been working on this all morning.
Well, you know what? Now she ain't about to get shit because everybody know.
No, she knows she not. That's why she dropped it, because he didn't. This
Wasn't gonna do it.
Well, a few days before she started dropping stuff. But that just sent me, because I've been crying all night because of what I know you did. And he said, I know.
Mm-hmm.
He said, wait.
Yeah, boy.
Wait. See, one
It was Keita or not Keita, Kitty or Randy. I'm leaning more towards Kitty, but Randy would just be the one that like, no, I can't let get out.
Hey, say that again.
So I never thought that it was Keita at all. I've always thought that it was Kitty or Randy. I was leaning towards Kitty might be the obvious choice, but Randy would just be so unexpected. She's like the forbidden fruit.
Wait,
And
the
it's like
one that did what?
That he slept
that
with.
he slept with.
Oh, okay. He better not.
I
That's
don't.
that's the one that's like,
That's
oh,
why it matters.
I don't think I'm not. But
But
it's
that's
That's
like,
why it's
because
do I
500,000.
risk
he did
paying
say
that money?
Allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Do I risk paying that money and then she still blow up the spotlight? Man, I want to do it, but man, just let it play out. Cause it's not really go. It might look bad on me, but it's more so gonna look bad on her, and she got to figure that out. But I still think it might be Kitty. But I don't know. Something in me tell
I
me.
it's something worse than sleeping with somebody. He didn't sleep with everybody. That's not a problem for him.
No,
It's past that.
the people, the fans. We
It's
know
He
about
did
the
something
fans.
that he did
abuse.
It's
something
something
that
that would just be like so shocking and just like so disrespectful. I don't know, something tells me. But because the reason I say Kitty is because Kitty was like the golden Christian child and da da da. So that might shock a lot of people like, oh, she would, but the reason I don't think it might be her so much as more because of the other stuff that done came out about her that like, oh snap, like I don't know. Maybe her and Ace messing around ain't too shocking.
Well,
But
it's not too shocking knowing what we know about Kitty now,
now, yeah.
because the way she act offline is not how the way she act now, because now she acting as if she's been found the light, so to speak. Now that she's married, this is what she's
Mhm.
on. She's on her spiritual, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And this is where I am today, which I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, people kind of messed up because now they see her in this light and was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just like they seeing Ace now in this light. Because $500,000 to be quiet, it must be a lot to it, more than
Listen,
just the
people,
DV.
it's
I mean,
all
the
right in front
DVD
of us.
information by itself is worth some money, right? But is it worth $500,000? I don't know. I mean, like, because it could hurt his brand $500,000 because he probably make about $500,000, like he said, a week worth of shows, at least 2 weeks of shows. Let's give it a week of shows. I mean, a month worth of shows. He makes that money.
Yeah.
So he's just working for free to shut her up. Because she's the one you would want to shut up because she's the loudmouth one and you didn't hit him.
Yeah.
So I think it's been laid out right in front of us this whole time what it is. Kita already gave us all the clues. Right? What she said Kitty does. What video did she start with? You see, this is a movie. Right? So pay attention to the beginning and the end, they tie together. What was the first video? It was about how Kitty likes to get pissed on.
Oh yeah.
By who? Allegedly.
By Ace. But see,
Allegedly.
but see, I think she was talking about some of them
The
hood dudes.
Yeah.
Them hood dudes.
That's what it seemed like, right? Because them hood nasty dudes would do that, right?
Yeah. Ace not. I don't think Ace like that.
Oh, right. That would be real
I think
surprising.
Ace do some stuff, but because we've done reactions to the kink stuff that they talked about. Now we gotta go back and watch it because it might look a little different. Because I remember we did react to that, them talking about some of that stuff, and Ace was acting like he was with his girlfriend for a long time. They was lying. But anyway, I think, see, y'all putting Randy under the scope.
You think
that would be the most shocking if it is Randy.
Right.
But you think he against kinks when she literally just said he be sleeping with women in wheelchairs and with little hands and
No, I don't think he has a problem with kinks because even in my reaction, I was saying like, look how he acting. Because remember when we was doing the video about the woman that wanted to do the reverse missionary, and how he was responding and how he was acting. And remember I was telling you, look how he acting. Remember he was on the stage and doing all the weird shit because he was cool with it. And then Cap and Kita was looking at him like, like, you got to read between the lines, remember? We got to read between the lines.
I don't know. I still feel it's deeper than sleeping with somebody though.
Like, what could it be? Hey, what up, Western? No, we're not talking about DJ Academics. I heard he done did some things. I don't even know about it. I don't even know about that story. I just heard it. I saw a 15-year-old and I went the other way.
Lord.
Oh,
no
boy.
But what could it be? Something like what?
It's a deeper abuse thing or an essay or something. It's something deeper. I'm sorry. It's something deeper. Why are you crying about him having some kinks or sleeping with somebody that's on the show? Like, that's not, no, it's something deeper. It's something deeper.
Somebody didn't ask for something that he did.
Yeah.
Well,
Allegedly.
I think Trip slept with Kita. I mean, with Kita. I think Trip hit them.
Oh no, because they made it a point of saying it's making it seem like we slept together and we didn't.
No, that
Making
was
it
her
seem
and Ace.
like saying it like, okay, if we did, then say something. So it was like they put that statement out there to say like, okay, so you know if I'm saying that we didn't, that we never slept together, so stop putting it out there like that.
I just know they was talking kind of calm to be a negotiation because one moment, well, I guess it was edited too, so because someone was like, y'all arguing about a dollar amount, then y'all giving up gossip. She pretty much giving up all. I don't know if this is all the information she got, but it's some same little narratives that she been saying, and now you really messed up your bag because you should have gone and took the little. You should have took the 300 or the 5 or whatever, and just be quiet.
Are you
Yeah, but
kidding me? Her videos is racking up 2 views each. Do
not no $500,000 worth.
Huh?
This
You don't think so?
ain't
I think
over.
she got a whole lot more to come with.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna keep on.
You
I
think
do.
she gonna make $1
He
million? You think she
said,
gonna make $1 million off
you don't
this?
even, he said you don't even need her.
Yeah. Yes.
What'd you say?
He said you don't even need her.
Yeah.
Need who?
He just said her,
whoever he assaulted
she
or
got in
whatever
the
he
chamber,
did, allegedly.
whatever that is.
He said you don't even need that.
Yeah.
You could just what I did to you.
Yeah.
Bro, this is not over.
Yeah.
Men, don't put yourself in this kind of dumbass situation. Stop being abusive. Please.
I don't know. I gotta go back and listen to it now.
Allegedly.
He said her. You don't need
Basically,
her.
he's saying what you know about me without her, you can still blow up.
Without who?
Whoever they talking
He
about,
just said
that's what I'm
her.
saying is something more.
He didn't even want to say the name
So that's why we
on the
gotta
secret
stay
recording.
tuned. We gotta stay tuned.
You got enough without her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to coax her into signing the NDA. But even with that being said, though, the reason why you would want that is because you don't want the information to get out.
But her signing the NDA wasn't the problem. Him paying the money for her to sign the NDA was the problem.
Right.
He was like,
that was
I
the
ain't got
problem.
that like that.
And so that's why she came out talking about you playing with my money. It wasn't about the 13,000. She was talking about that 500.
500. Yeah, he over here sounding like,
Yeah, making it sound like it was over some money.
Let me get you 50,000 now. And then
yeah, that's a lot of money at one time.
Hey, listen, man, when you paying the mob, you don't get to make negotiations.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
You be like, look, if I don't have
That's
no money,
low key a smart plan.
You want your legs.
I
you
pay
pay.
you $250 up front, and then 6 months a year down the road, I pay you the other $250.
That's fair. That happens all the time.
Oh, I'm doing this just to make sure you don't say nothing. But during that meantime, like if I'm being strategic, during that whole time, I could be doing stuff and saying stuff to diminish who you are and be able to, by the time you say something, everything you say gonna be discredited.
Well, you might want to leak your own story, but you don't want to diminish her, unless that's not one of the. If she don't have a good lawyer, that should be one of the terms in the NDA that there shouldn't be no retaliatory moves on his part. But it's quite often that an amount like that, 500,000, that you pay it in increments like that. So she should have just took the money.
For a normal contract.
This is extortion. This is not a
It's
normal.
It's not even extortion though. It ain't extortion because
back pay.
Yeah, this back pay for some other stuff. I don't know what we doing, but it ain't legal. He even said we can't even say what this is.
Right. Whatever it ain't legal. Right.
Does not seem like to y'all like he's the one who wanted it?
Yeah,
That's
because
what it seems like to me.
Because you want to know why? You want to know why? Because if he lost, I want to say a third. If he lost a third of his business, that could really damage him. But if he lost half of it, it'd be over. Because then he don't want to. Ain't nobody gonna want to be on tour with him. Yeah. Nobody's gonna want to be on his panels. So that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Because he was making money with the videos, that makes money. But where he make them $500,000 is where he going to these arenas all over the little spots and cashing them out, selling tickets, doing VIP with the little Tonight's Conversation app That's how he making all the money, not by the videos on YouTube. But he making money from that too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
that's just the ancillary.
Yeah.
The main money. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he lose the ability to tour, he'll be one of us.
Yeah, we don't make a lot. Zero. So, you know.
Ooh, this is ugly. So y'all stay tuned. Like, stay tuned because like
It
it's
ain't over.
wild.
It's
It ain't
just
over.
beginning.
Who's her?
But she done lost a lot of her juice now. So unless she got a whole new fruit,
listen, don't ever believe that.
I don't think she got a whole new fruit, bro.
Kita not stupid, bro.
Yeah.
She has a plan.
She ain't.
This woman has a plan.
And he knows
He in trouble.
that.
She ain't the smartest either, though.
No,
Boy,
but
don't let them play you like that.
No, it ain't
Make
about
you
playing.
think. You ain't got to be smart to know how to. She's street smart. She know how to.
No, she ain't even street smart.
She know how to run this hustle. Why?
No, because she knew how to run the hustle. She would. Oh, I guess the money. I guess the issue was him paying the money, but she was dragging
smart as
her.
hell.
She was dragging her ass on signing it though. She should have just signed it.
no, because
No,
what
he
happened
wasn't
is she
providing
came. I know Keita came in with a crazy number. She came in. I signed an NDA for 10 million. And then he just knocked her down, and she was like, "All right, fine. The lowest I'm gonna go is 500. That's it. I ain't going no lower than that." So he was instead of trying to talk her down, she's like, "That's the lowest I'm going."
She
So
like,
he
you
was
think I'm
like, "All right,
playing?
I know there's nothing I could do," and that's why he started putting out the stuff about her mental health, how she she's bipolar and I think ADHD, like all of this stuff, like how she's diagnosed and takes medicine. So it's like he started putting all of this stuff out. So it's like,
But you wasn't saying that on the
right.
She was cool. She was cool to represent. She was good enough. She was mentally stable enough to represent you in women's perspective.
And he was financially stable enough to keep her there underneath said abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So they both complicit.
But she too crazy to tell the
To
truth.
have something else?
To tell what she know.
No, she gonna tell what she know, but what I think is she don't have nothing as juicy as him being a DV abuser. Because the thing about it is
she got something
juicier.
else.
She got
It's
something.
juicier, bro.
She got something.
It's juicier, bro. I'm gonna
She
tell
got
you right
Because
now.
that's why he's dropping these nuggets about like little
It's
past
juicier,
stuff.
bro.
So if you do hear
Listen.
this, let me let you know about this. If
I
you do
wish
hear this, yeah, it's
He
something.
literally was gonna agree to the 500,000. It was
Yeah.
just broke up. Do you think that little stuff that got erased is worth 500,000? It's already off your
It
record.
was just hush money.
Yeah, he don't care
There's
about that.
something more. There is
He
something.
came out with that with no problem. That's not it. No. Yeah, that boy in trouble.
Annoying the sounds of the storm when it comes.
He done
Allegedly.
I think he done ran up against, what does it say? Sometimes you meet your match.
He done met his maker.
Wrong one.
You chose the right one today.
you chose the right one today. I just don't think she. Bro,
it'd be the littlest nigga too.
I think I've always thought this about her though. I think she the type that would be like, she be running and she'll get the ball about the 4 and start stumbling and shit. And then just fall, you know what I'm saying? And don't score like at the 1 or at the 2, bro. I think she got what it takes, but I'm telling you, she gonna fumble the bag or she gonna fumble the play. She gonna fumble the situation. And just by her doing this, it looked like she fumbled the situation because she was trying to press it. she was trying to press it, right? But she didn't know how to back off of it. Because if you trying to get him to give you the money, right?
He's exposed though.
Well, he exposed himself at this point because he didn't have to say nothing. He actually must have got with the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, "What is it that she know?"
Yeah.
Well, you better get ahead of it before she does, because if she pop out there tomorrow and say this, and she have any kind of proof, then your shit you gonna go from 2 million to 1 million like quick, fast, in a hurry, for real.
But we haven't heard it though. Whatever it is, we haven't heard it yet.
Well, we're not gonna hear it because now he already admitted it.
Yeah, but no, bro, no.
Something else.
No, he said you have enough without her by yourself. Bro, we have not heard it all.
Y'all keep saying, I don't know why I'm missing that.
Bro,
It's the last video. Look at the last video.
It ain't good, man. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, man.
Allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's not good. Allegedly.
I'm looking at my notes. Nope.
Well, we go see what it do. But until then, Ace,
we gonna see.
Ace, you better watch your Ace. She on your ass. You ain't gonna have to worry about her. You ain't gonna have to worry about catching no dogs. You're gonna have to worry about dogs. Your ass.